Hi guys, so per popular demand, I'm going to be doing some videos about Saidi style. Usually when people think about Saidi style, they always think cane dance. I mean, that's not really all there is to it. The tahtib as an art is done sometimes without the cane. So when we're talking about Saidi style, we're talking about the moves, but we're also talking about the props. So you can do a Saidi style dancing without the cane, but it is commonly then done with the cane. So I'm going to show you first of all, before we get into the cane dance, because there will be several videos about the cane dance, we're going to learn the basic Saidi jumps. You know, if there is one characteristic that could describe the Saidi style, is that it's very jumpy. There's a lot of styles. There's a lot of different ways of jumping. It's very, you constantly rock the body back and forth, and that's something you can do even in the modern styles of Egyptian dance. You can do it a lot in Lebanese style and in the classical style as well. So it's something that is folkloric dance but could be combined and introduced as you're dancing to the art of belly dancing without necessarily having to do a cane dance. Okay, so I'm going to be showing you some basic steps or basic jumps. There's different ways you can jump, but we'll show you the ones that are very common in the Saidi style. One of the basic steps is the rocking step, side to side. There's also a rocking step back and forth. They're not necessarily jumps, okay? They're more like rocking the body back and forth. But then other steps are jumps. So we're going to start with the rocking steps, okay? So one of the rocking steps is side to side. And you're going to notice the arm moves here are very different, and there is a reason for that. And it's simply because a lot of times you're holding the cane. And so let's say I'm holding the cane with my right, so I'm going to hold my hip with my left, and I'm going to rock the body side to side. I'm not switching arms because I'm rocking in different sides. I'm keeping the same arm because I'm holding the cane with that side. So the side rocking step is pretty much a simple switch of weight side to side. So you got to lift your foot. So you're opening your feet just a little bit wider than your hips, and then you rock the waist to the left, so you lift in the right, and then rock the weight to the right, and then lift the left. So, but how do you create a look in the body like it's jumping? Because if you really notice, you're going to see this kind of jumpy motion. The way you create that is simply by lifting your heel and dropping it like that. I mean, notice just my heel. So when I shift the weight, I don't completely shift it and stay there. I'm actually lifting the heel slightly just to create that little jumpy motion that kind of like bounces the whole body. So you see that bounce, and a lot of times people think it's the shoulders, and it really isn't. And so they start doing things like, you know, just to kind of, or like try and do the chest, just to create that bouncing motion in the upper body. But that motion really comes from your heel, okay? So holding this one side, hip on the other side, and let's rock and lift the heel on the left and bounce. Again, step and bounce, step and bounce, bounce. And then you can really let all the upper body move side to side kind of thing, and let the hair also swing side to side. And sometimes you can add a little shoulder motion to it if you want to exaggerate it, but remember, it doesn't really come off from the shoulders, it's really your heel, and you can just bounce the shoulders to make it, you know, just exaggerate it to make it a little bit more obvious. Now, the steps, you can make them small, you can make them big, it really depends. A lot of times when male belly dancers or male folk dancers do the Saidi style, they take really big steps, okay? Because they're wearing the big jalabiya, and it's alright. But with belly dancers, a lot of times you'll see just kind of little steps, side to side, just because it looks a little bit more feminine, a little bit more subtle, and also works with the feminine costumes. Okay, so that's the side to side rocking step. There's also a back and forth rocking step, and it looks like this. It's a pretty much switch of weight from the front to the back. So you gotta take one step forward, but you gotta lift the back foot, and you gotta step back and lift the front foot, okay? Kind of like, this is the basic footwork. But to create that rocking motion in the Saidi style, you do rock the upper body a little bit more with it. So you let the weight go forward, but then you lean forward a little bit, with the step. And then when you rock back, you push your hip back, but you also rock the body back a little bit. So forward and back, something like that. So forward and back, forward, back, forward, back. And again, in the male style, it's a little bit more exaggerated. And for a lot of women that kind of incorporate those moves in their dances, they keep it a little bit more subtle. And by making it more subtle, pretty much what you do is take small steps. That's the first thing. And then the second thing is don't rock the upper body too much. Instead, focus on the hips a little bit too much, like this. Forward, as you take a step forward, you push your hip forward. As you take a step back, you push the hip back. So that creates kind of like that same Saidi rocky motion, but without, you know, the upper body, because it doesn't look very feminine. But remember, the Saidi style is actually more of a folk dance, so it's done by males and females, and it's just a simple little change to respect, you know, the look that you are searching. Okay, so that's side rocky motion. Okay, and that's the front and back rocky motion. Front and back, or keep it nice and settled. Okay, so that's a rocky motion. So there are going to be different jumps. So the idea of the jump is, and I'll say it in an easy way first, so it helps as we go through these jumps. You're going to be constantly lifting one foot, okay, and switching the weight and lifting the other foot. There's a lot of this basic motion going on. A lot of times people, when I say lift one foot and jump, they kind of wonder where they're going to jump. Well, it's on the foot that's on the floor, okay? So if you make it, first of all, a little bit easy by just saying that, you lift one foot and then you jump with the other one that's on the floor, then we'll probably be on a good track learning these jumps. The way you want to think about it is, it's not a very big jump. Don't try to make it extremely big. It's a little bounce from the floor, like that. So all you're doing is you're lifting like that. It's a little bit hard for some people when they have like ankle problems or knee problems. So for those people, really don't jump, just kind of like walk or lift the heel and then create that little bounce in the body by just lifting the heel like this and dropping it will create a bouncy motion in the body, and it would kind of give you the same look, but it gives you a little support, so you really don't have to jump. But if you are trying to jump, really jump, you gotta lift your foot off the floor and do a nice little jump, okay? Again, it's a little, see, there wasn't that much distance between my body, my foot, and the floor, so keep it nice and settled. Okay, so we're gonna learn the first jump is sideways. Take a step with the left, and as you lift the right, you're gonna jump. Now, how do you lift your right foot? It's not as simple like that. It's more of like a side motion, like this. You wanna create a nice 90 degrees with your foot going like this to the side. So, a man, you know, they just jump and do this. A lot of times, you know, they kind of like stick out their heel. For women, it's a lot prettier if you point your toes. And then again, jump and point. So kind of get a good form first of all with your foot work. So a little bit of pointing really does help give it a better look, okay? So now once you lift the opposite foot, you're going to be jumping on with the one that's on the floor by just simply bouncing up and down, okay? So start with your feet together, take a step to the side and jump as you lift that foot. One more time. 1 and 2. Same thing, from here you're going to drop the other foot and then you're going to do the other jump to the side. So when you take that step to the side, it's actually a little bit wider than your hip, which you don't want too wide, especially if you're a woman, okay? So 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, okay? I'll do it a little bit to the side. So 1 and 2, 3 and 4. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. From the back, we're going step, jump, step, jump, step, jump, step, jump. Okay, so that's a basic side to side. A lot of times with the arms you'll see a motion like this because again, most of the time you're holding a cane doing these jumps. So step, jump, jump. And again, because you're not switching cane side to side, the extent of the arm stays the same the whole time. So step, jump, step, jump. So that's the common motion with the arms, okay? So that's a side-to-side jump. You can do, from there, a front to back and a turn jump, okay? And that tends to be a little tricky to learn, but let's break it down. And usually what you're trying to do is you're doing the jumps side, front, side, back. I want you to think about your space as a clock and you've got quarters. So you're going to be moving in quarters. Side, then forward, and then side, and then back. And what you're going to find yourself doing is pretty much going around in quarters, doing your little side jumps, okay? So let's try that together. Watch just the footwork here. So step to the side and do your first jump, okay? Gotta lose the balance a little bit because I gotta hold and talk. So from here, so you just did your side one here. We're gonna do the side on the other one. Here's your second side to the right, okay? And then from here, we're gonna try to do one to the front. So this foot that was already up is going to drop to the front. So you're gonna twist your upper body and drop it. Step. Now the kick is gonna face the front this time, okay? And then this foot that's up is gonna try and go to the back, and that will be the next step. This way. I'll show it to you the easy way first. That might be the hard way. So the easy way is to go here first. So we went side, side, front, side, back, side. Because you're moving in quarters, it's a little easier. Now I'll show you the other hard way that I was thinking about first. So side jump, other side jump. Now remember forward jump. You're going to take this foot from here, drop it to the front like this, and then twist your body, and then a kick to the front from here. I'm going to take this step this way this time, okay? So I'm going to step, and I'm going to try and kick this way. Kick, okay? Now this foot that's up is going to go back. Again, back, kicking to the back, kick. Okay, and then this one is going to drop in the center this time, center, and kick. So what I did is I moved in quarters, okay? So here's the left, then the right. Front, side, back, side. Front, side, back, side. Okay? Hopefully that makes it a little bit easier. So that's one easy. The reason this is easy is because you don't have to move the body too far. You're just doing quarters at a time, okay? So I'll do it one more time a little bit faster, and it's going to look like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. So I finished it by going back again to the sides like I started, which will make for the full 8 count, okay? So that is how we go around. Now I'll show you the harder version, okay, of that, which will make you move a little bit more than a quarter. So the way we're going to do that by moving around faster is this. So I'm going to go, let's say, rock to the side like I showed you before, rock to the side, and then we're going to go side, jump, then another side, jump, and then we're going to go forward first. We're going to skip the side this time like we were doing before, and instead we're going to go straight to the back. So from here what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this foot to the back, okay? So back, and I'm going to try to move my body all the way here with that jump. That's the idea, okay? So again, we're going to go jump to the side, jump to the side. Drop this foot forward, jump forward, take this foot, drop it back, jump, and all the way to the front. Okay, so let's try that one more time. It would look like this. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, 7 and 8. The beauty of doing it that way is it makes for bigger moves, but also it does just give you a nice little jumpy 1-8 count, so you're not jumping for too long, you know. When you do like 2 8 counts of jumps, it's a little bit too much, okay? So I'll try you again one more time. Here we go. Rock to the side. 1 and 2, 3 and 4. Rock again. 5 and 6, 7 and 8. Now let's start with the jump. Jump to the side for 2. Jump to the other side for 4. Jump forward for 6. Jump back and bring it forward for 8. we're not doing choreography or anything, but you're not, when you're doing these moves, Saidi moves, and you're trying to mix them with another dance, you're doing another moves that you're doing, but you're not necessarily doing cane dance. You don't really have to be doing jumps constantly. You're going to mix in with hip kicks and drops and things like that. So let's see if you can take the same step that we just learned and add a little bit of, let's see, hip kicks, for example. Here we go. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Okay? Jump forward now. 1 and 2, jump back. 3 and 4. Now take this foot from here and take a step forward, and we're going to do 2 hip kicks. 5 and 6, other side, 7 and 8. Just double hip kick on each side. So let's try that one more time. Rock to the side, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Jump 6, jump 8. Jump forward for 2, jump back for 4. Drop this foot, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to do it a little bit faster this time, okay? So here we go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. Okay, so far we learned side rocking steps, forward rocking step, and side jumps, and around jumps. The other one that I kind of like, it's a little tricky to get really take some practice, so be very patient with it. It's the back and forward jump on one side, okay? And it looks like this. I'll show it to you first and I'll break it down. So it looks something like, let's say for example, you're just dancing and you go, dun, 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 something like that. So technically, how do we execute that step? It's a lift. So instead of to lift, you gotta drop, you know? In order to lift, sorry, you have to drop. It's just simple physics here. So what we're going to be doing is drop the body down by bending the knees, okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to come up really quick. And the way we're going to do that is by jumping on one foot. But because we want to switch sides and take a step back as we do that, we have to lift the other foot. So it's going to be like this. You go down. You lift to one foot, let's say, it's always the front one, so I'm going to lift the left. And so I have to only jump with the right, that's the only option I have. So you're going down, both feet together, nice and flat. You're going to lift as you come up. You lift the front foot, you jump with the right foot, and back. You take your upper body with you and you turn it all the way. Same thing if you're doing on the other side. You go down, bending the knees, nice and relaxed. The front foot is going to be the one to go up as that jump happens at the same time. You jump, you lift, and you turn back, okay? Now, the footwork, we're not going to just go, doesn't look quite pretty, so we have to make the one foot look nice, and it is the front foot that we're lifting that we're trying to make it look nice. And the way we're doing that is pretty much by pointing it. Okay, point that foot. You know, think of it as you've got a big skirt and you're trying to make that skirt look nice and big. But also think about it as if you have like a pen between your toes, you know, your big toe and your little toe there next to it, and you're trying to draw a big circle all the way to the back. So think of that pen, you're starting right here, and there you go, your circle all the way back, and then stop. So you're going to make sure you really extend that leg. Again, slowly, we're going down, jump on the right. I'm going to do this slow, which is not the right way, but then we're going to do that to learn, okay? So down, as you jump on the right, you circle, circle, circle with an extended foot, and go to the other side. Now, same thing on the other side. Down, again, remember, this is not looking right yet. I'm trying to go slow so you can see it. And then jump on the left, point to the right, like this, all the way to the back, and then stop. It's a little bit hard to hold balance when you're trying to go slow in this move. So I'm going to do it just a little bit faster this time. So down, come up, and point. Down, come up, and point. As you can see, I'm not really going too far down. You want to just go just a tiny bit, okay? Just so you can create that bouncing motion. So here we go. 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and extend that leg. It should take you about a good 2 counts to switch sides, okay? So that is the front to side bouncing motion. And what do you do with the arms on this move? A lot of times is we're holding the hips, so something like that, little sassy. And it does tend to be combined a lot with hip drops, so something like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7 and 8, something like that. So those are some ideas of of a Saidi jumps and rocks and basic Saidi steps. And remember again, you can mix them with any dance you're doing, but they are very common in cane dance, cane Saidi dance. So we'll be seeing a lot of the steps when we do the Saidi dances. Check out the videos for the Saidi dances on the blog. And I will see you guys at the next video. In the meantime, remember to constantly go to the blog. That's what everything is at. Nicely organized by categories. So those of you looking for something can always find it. Technique, combos, choreography, contests. There's a lot of contests in there to win a lot of belly dance items. So check it out, and the address is bellydancevideoblog.com. We also have a fan Facebook page under facebook.com/bellydancevideoblog. I'll see you guys at the next video. In the meantime, happy dancing. Bye.